Hey everybody, Katie here with Omi Crochet, and today's tutorial we will be making this men's beanie. The supplies you'll need for this tutorial are a yarn needle, a 5.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and the yarn we're going to be using is, I love this yarn in the print color Nocturnal, and then I just had some scrap gray yarn that I'm going to be using for the stripes. Okay, we're going to start off with a magic ring. So wrap your yarn around, secure with your pinky, go in and draw up a loop. And now we're going to chain 2. Into the circle, we're going to work 11 herringbone double crochets. We're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. The first loop we're going to pull through the second, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull this first loop through the second, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. This first loop gets pulled through the second, yarn over, pull through the first, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to do that a total of 11 times. Once you have your 11 stitches, go ahead and pull the tail end to close up your circle. Into the first stitch of the round, we're going to close with a slip stitch. Round 1 is complete. You should have a total of 11 stitches. Now we're going to chain up 2 and turn our work. This stitch that we chain 2 in, we are not going to put anything in there. That's not where we're starting. We're going to go over 1 stitch right here and place 2 double crochet herringbone stitches. So yarn over, pull up a loop, draw through that first loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Into that same stitch, do that again, yarn over, insert your hook, draw up a loop, pull that first loop through the second, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's the repeat pattern all the way around. 2 double crochet herringbone stitches into each stitch. So here we are at the end of the round. It looks like this is our last stitch right here, but it's not. Go ahead and place your 2 stitches in there. 1, 2. And in this same stitch right here where we chained up 2, we're going to put 2 herringbone double crochets. Now if you need to, go back and count. Make sure you have 22 stitches at the end of your second row. If you do, go ahead and close with a slip stitch. Chain up 2, turn your work. Again, we're not going to be working into the stitch with the chain up 2. We're going to move over to the next stitch right here. We're going to put in 1 double crochet herringbone stitch, and then in the next stitch we're going to put 2. The next stitch will get 1. The next stitch will get 2. And that is the repeat pattern for this round. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we're at the end of round 3, and we have 2 stitches left right here and the stitch that has our chain 2. So 1 herringbone double crochet, and in the last one we're going to put 2. So at the end of this round you're going to have 33 stitches. Once you have that, go ahead and slip stitch to the first stitch of the round. Chain up 2, turn your work. For round 4, same as before, we're going to start in the next stitch over. We're going to place 1 stitch, 1 herringbone stitch in the next, and then in that third stitch we're going to place 2. And 1 more into that stitch. One herringbone stitch in the next, 1 herringbone stitch in the next, and then 2 herringbone stitches into this one. And that's going to be your repeat. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, all the way till you get back to the end. We're at the end of round 4. We have 3 stitches remaining. 1 herringbone stitch in the first, 1 herringbone stitch in the second, and then where that chain 2 is, we're going to put 2 herringbone stitches. Close with a slip stitch, and you should have a total of 44 stitches. Chain up 2, turn your work into this stitch right here, and place 1 herringbone stitch, 1 herringbone stitch in the next, 1 in the next, and then the next stitch we'll get 2 herringbone stitches. 1 and 2. And that's the repeat. In the next 3 stitches, those will get 1 herringbone stitch, and in that 4th stitch, that will get 2. So go ahead and do that all the way around. Here we are at the end of round 5 with 4 stitches remaining. 1 herringbone stitch in the first 3 stitches, and in this last stitch we're going to put 2 herringbone stitches. Should have a total of 55 stitches at the end of this round. And go ahead and close with a slip stitch. Chain up 2. For rounds 6 through 11, we aren't going to be increasing anymore, so each stitch is going to get 1 herringbone double crochet into it. After each round, make sure that you turn your work. So once you make it to the end of round 11, 1 herringbone stitch in that last stitch, and for round 12 we're going to be doing a color change. So go ahead, insert your hook, drop this yarn, don't cut it, and get the color yarn that you're going to be using for your stripes. Go ahead and pull that through and through. And for this round, we're not going to be turning our work. We're gonna stay on this side, the right side. We're gonna chain up 1, and each stitch around, we'll be putting 1 single crochet. Insert your hook, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through. Insert your hook, drop a loop, yarn over, pull through. Go ahead and work that all the way around. Okay, we're coming up to the end of round 12. Keep finishing off with single crochets in each stitch. And we're going to go ahead and close with a slip stitch. Drop the gray. And we're going to pull through with the black. And go ahead and tighten up those strings back here. And I am going to cut the gray. So for round 13, we're going to chain 2 and turn the work. Each stitch around we'll get 1 herringbone double crochet. Finish off round 13. You should still have 55 stitches. Slip stitch into the first stitch of the round to close, chain 2, turn your work. Repeat that again. Herringbone double crochet in each stitch around. Now we're at the end of round 14. And we're going to add in another stripe. So go ahead, drop the black, get your gray, pull that through, and tighten up these ends back here. Chain up 1. Don't cut your black yarn. And we're not changing direction, so go ahead and place 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Finish off round 15 with your single crochets. Go ahead and pull these strings tight if your gap is pretty loose. And then go ahead, drop the gray yarn and go ahead and just cut it off. Pick up your black and pull through. Again, tightening these strings in the back if need be. And just like these rows right here, I'm going to chain 2, turn our work. From here we're going to do 2 more rounds, turning after each round. of the herringbone double crochet and then 1 round of the single crochet stripe. Now we're going to finish round 18, single crochet, join with a slip stitch, drop your gray yarn, pull up the black, pull through, pull through. Round 19, start with a chain 2, turn your work. I'm going to go ahead and tie these ends together. And this is our last round of herringbone double crochets. So put 1 in each stitch around. Go ahead and finish off the round with your herringbone stitches. And close with a slip stitch. Chain 1, turn your work, and the last round we're going to place 1 single crochet into every stitch. End the round with your single crochet, slip stitch into the first stitch, chain up 1, cut your yarn, and the last thing you have to do is sew in your ends. And there you have it, men's beanie. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.